friends. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are happy and healthy. My name is Tammy. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. And if you are returning, welcome and thanks for coming back. Anyways, I thought it's spring. It's time to do a little spring cleaning. And I don't know how much I will actually declutter. This is more so a collection video so that I know what I have, so that I make sure I use what I have before I bring more in. That being said, I think I am going to start with my eye primers and then move on to primers. So I'm going to move all these to the side here. Okay. All right, so I think I got them all. I actually have 6 primers at this time. 3 are opened and 3 are not. So I'll start with the 3 that are not opened. I picked up this Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-hour wear. And of course, obviously, I will not be wearing my eyeshadow for 24 hours. And it does say that it has blue light defense, but I don't really think I believe that. I don't think that's really a thing. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I just thought I would try this one out, and I got a deal for it. So that's one. This NYX glitter glue is actually a backup. I had finished one bottle, and so this is my backup. And recently, I just haven't had to bust it out. And then this Ulta Beauty, this is the tinted eye primer, and it is in the color Champagne. Yeah, it's in color Champagne. I think this is like the shimmery kind of one. I'm not positive, but I look forward to checking that out. I have been using the matte eye primer in nude, and this is just one of those little samples that came in the, those little bags. It's halfway done. So I'm working on finishing this one. I like this one, so I have high hopes for this one. And then here is my icing from Glamlight. I believe that my color is vanilla. I'm pretty pale, so, and I am down to here with it. So this one is mostly done too. It's got some air trapped in it right now, but this one's about halfway, a little more than halfway done. So I'm also focusing on this one. And this one I've only used once or twice. This is the ColourPop Party Proof in caramel. I do like the formulation. I finished the one that was like transparent, or, the lightest shade possible. And I really enjoyed that one. I've used this one twice, and this caramel, it just might actually be a little too dark for my skin tone. It kind of, to me, it looks like I have some like shadows in there. And having mature skin, I really do not need additional shadow. So I'm going to continue to play with this, see what I think. Maybe it was an off day or 2 or 3 that I tried it. So I do want to make use of it if I can. And if not, then I will declutter this one in the future. So I am starting off with 6 eye primers. All right, regular primers. This one right here is not an actual primer. However, I use it like a primer. This is the J-Cat Eyesurance Anti-Fatigue Cooling Under Eye, and this one is actually the Shea Butter. And I have like a good pan in this. This one will be done in no time. I really like this. I will most likely purchase more. I like to put this under my eyes before I put on my concealer. It just kind of smooths it all out. so that my fine lines and dry skin, doesn't make it all flaky. If you hear noise in the back, that is my puppy playing with her bone. Oh no, she's not playing with the bone. She's tearing up my carpet. Be right back. All right, so I am back. If I'm a little out of breath support over here, it's because I had to chase the naughty puppy around the house to get the puppy in the crate to go to bed. She is a very rambunctious 7-month-old puppy who destroys everything and is still in the nipping biting phase because I think, she was taken, she lost her family very early. And so yeah, anyways. So back to this eye insurance, I will most likely be purchasing this again and again. I just feel like it really smooths out those fine lines, makes it so the creases aren't so obvious. And that, even though the fine lines are there, it's just not so super apparent. So I'm currently working on panning this too. Then let's see here. I have not yet started using this e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams. I picked it up because it smells good. Let's be honest, smells good. So I picked this one up, hoping that I'll like it as much as I like the Poreless Putty. So here's my Poreless Putty primer, and I do like this, but I also hate it. I have a love-hate relationship with this primer. I have a decent size pan already. It just kind of woo. So I have been using it. It really does fill in my pores, makes it all look smooth. But at the same time, I don't necessarily like the texture half the time. Some days, if my skin is very dry, it's good. Other days, it just feels super slimy. So love-hate on this one, but I am working to pan this one too. Continuing along, I'm also working to pan this one. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. It is about halfway done. I really enjoy this one. I love the scent, and it does make my skin feel just really smooth, and I do really enjoy this one. So I will most likely be buying a bigger bottle in the future, but not until I've gone through what I have. This e.l.f. Hydrating Primer Mist, because I am a dinosaur with very dry skin, I had picked this up. I'm not really sure what I think of it. I've only used it twice. So I will continue using it to see if I like it. And if I don't, I will declutter this in the future. The rest, oh wait, and this one here, I have both of them in here. And this is actually a highlighter, but I use it more as a primer underneath my makeup. And I really like how it feels. One is a little bit warmer, one's a little bit cooler, and or lighter, I should say. And so depending upon how much sun I have on my face and what kind of look I'm going for will determine which one I use. I really like this. I'm not racing out to get any more right now. I was tempted during the VIB sale to get the other duo that had a blush with the lighter highlighter, but I still have so much of this, and I have tons of blush. I really did not need that duo. So I'm just going to continue to use this and see where I'm at come the holidays, and if they have another one of these little duos. All right, the rest of these I have not yet really tried. So I purchased this from TJ Maxx, this no pore problem primer from Touch and Soul. I really have not heard anything about this. I really don't know anything about this. I pretty much wanted to get it to try to, fill in some of those pores, see what I thought. And it said Touch and Soul is cruelty-free, so I thought I'd give it a shot. This Rare Beauty Poreless, I ended up picking up during the VIB sale. I actually had wanted one of the little minis, but I could not find it. So when I went up to the cashier, they said they'd grab me a mini, but this is not the mini. But I figured, you know, I already had purchased it. I'm just going to use it. I have heard good things about this one. This Too Faced Hangover, I had purchased because it said it smells like vanilla, and I've heard good things about it. So I thought, ooh, a primer that has good, you know, ratings and has had really good things said about it, and it smells like vanilla, count me in. I don't think it smells like vanilla. I don't necessarily like the smell of this. I can live with it though. But if you are not like me and you do not like your makeup or anything scented, this does have a scent. To me, it's not a pleasant scent. I don't know, you know, if you'll like it, but all right. And so here is the Ulta Beauty Mattifying Face Primer. Again, this is one of the little sample primers that came in, like, you know, when you get the gift bags, if you spend so much. So I have not opened it. I have not used it yet. So I'm not sure where I stand there. These two Essence Hello Good Stuff primers. Andrea, oh, I can't think of her last name at the moment. I want to say it's like Matilano. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, she had reported that she really likes these as a primer. And again, I was like, ooh, I've heard good things. Does it smell like, you know, blueberries? And it does. It smells really good. So if I don't like it as a primer, I can still use it as a serum. So it's a win-win to me. So at this time, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 primers, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These ones I am focusing on at this time, especially this one during the summer. All right. Okay, I will be right back. And actually, I don't even think I have to go anywhere. I'm just going to move these to the side and show you my refreshing sprays. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not quite sure what a refreshing spray is. If it's just supposed to kind of refresh your makeup, I don't know. I use it because it smells darn good. And I also tend to use these as when I'm wetting my brush, putting on eyeshadow. I also just use these to give my skin a little extra moisture when I'm starting to dry out. And you might see something, a theme here. I have a problem. I have a problem. Every time I see this blueberry at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, I pick it up. I've already used like 3 of them. I pick them up because I love the scent of this blueberry one. And it is not something that Milani has in its permanent lineup, which just bums me out. I really liked all the refreshers, all the fruit fetish stuff. At this time, I am working on the rose water one though, but overall I have 5 of these refreshers that I also kind of use in between before I put on my actual setting spray. So like halfway through my makeup, I might refresh my face with it and then blend it into my skin more with my sponge. So I'm currently working with this one. All right, so now my setting sprays. I have 1, 2. I have not opened up either of these. Okay, so these are all, let me put these all to the side. These are all of my setting sprays currently in my collection. Yeah. these two Hangover 3-in-1, they can also be used to prime. I have not used either of these yet. I will probably use this one after I finish up my next set. And hopefully this smells a little better than the other Too Faced. So I have two there. This Milani Make It Last Dewy, I've not even opened yet. I did use last summer the one with the SPF. I did not like it because it definitely had that SPF smell. So it definitely wasn't for me, and I will not be buying that one again. At least I don't foresee buying that one again. I am currently using this Makeup Revolution Energy Fix setting spray. Okay, I am going to be honest. I am a sucker. And since I love my crystals, I don't typically buy anything that's Makeup Revolution just because I've not had good experiences. But when I saw this, I am the sucker that they got. I am who they were aiming for. So this one right here has rose quartz in it, which is known for like self-love and calming energy. And so I picked this up. It smells like rose. So right now, these are two of the sprays that I'm currently working on. And then this one right here has amethyst, which is spirit, and again, calming. And it smells like lavender, or it's supposed to smell like lavender. I've not yet opened this one either. So, all right. Then I have 3 of these Charlotte Tilbury ones. So last year during the holidays, I had purchased the 2-pack, and I have started using one of them. And then during the VIB sale, I got one of the Sephora favorite summer must-haves that had one in it. So this is not something I would necessarily go out of my way to purchase unless it's in these like little 2-packs. And then this one is also currently on the panning list, along with the rose refresher and rose quartz spray. And then, as you see, these fruit fetishes, I've already used a couple of these. I have 2 of the coconut mango, 1 of this watermelon kiwi, and 1 of the dragon fruit peach. I love these. And they seem to do it, a good enough job. So, I think they work fine enough. So whenever I find them at TJ or Marshall's, I get it, $3.99, and it smells heavenly and it sets my makeup. Good deal. So I have overall 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 setting sprays. All right, I will be back shortly with my powders and concealers. All right, so I'm going to try to move through this because I have plans with my daughter here shortly. And so, all right, so here are my color correctors and brighteners. And I have 7 of them. So this is my It Bye Bye Redness. And I don't really know if I'm going to keep this. It does cover the redness. I mean, it definitely covers the redness. However, I feel like when I put this on, then I put on other stuff, it just kind of, it's not so smooth, and it definitely dries out my skin more. So I'm going to continue to play with this one a little bit, but it's very likely that I will declutter this in the future. This by Sigma, this is my Spectrum color correcting duo. I have light to medium. I love this. I have pan. And this is definitely a repurchase in the future. I definitely can see this continuing to be in my collection. This NYX color corrector, I have not used that much. I've used the peach a little bit, and the pink a little bit. I've used a little bit of the purple. I definitely want to continue to play with this and see what I think. This one was on my chopping block because I do not like mess. And this is all kinds of mess. All kinds of, like I dug my finger accidentally in there, but it's also really good. So as much as part of me wants to just toss this and get a new one, this is all still good. And I don't want to add to the trash. So, and I wouldn't give this to any of my family members or friends in the condition that it's in. So I'm just going to continue to use this. I thought for sure that it was going to go in the declutter though, but I've been using it and I really enjoy it. And then this is actually a brightener. This is the Awake by Tarte Sunshine Stick. Sometimes I use this. And you can see that shine there. So I will keep this and continue to use it on the days that I'm extremely dark under my eyes. And then I have the Becca and Smashbox. Mine is in the Fair Light. And mine melted on the way here, so it's just always had that. But I've used a fair amount, and I'm going to continue using it. It doesn't have a, it's still good. And then this one is the Too Faced. Mine is in Petal. And it still smells so yummy. I have a little bit of a dip in there. I do believe this is being discontinued because, like, I think it's even being discontinued from, like, the cosmetic company stores. And even when I am done with this, I won't go out and repurchase, or I'm not racing out to try to get myself a second one. It's lovely, but there are other products, so I'm good with that. So again, I have 7. I'm gonna move those to the side. Okay, so my actual concealers. I have been playing with concealers because I have dark bags under my eyes that just, drive me crazy. So I've played with a lot of different concealers. I'm just going to toss these in here real quick. I'll put it all away later. All right, so, oh man. Okay, so starting off, this is a backup of my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting in snow. My original right here is still good. So I will continue to use this. And I really do like this one. Then this Winky Lux is in light, and it has a very peach color, so it does do some color correcting too. I love this one. This one shocked me. So I'm definitely holding on to this one. This flower, I've heard really good things about it. I've not used it enough. Obviously, it's relatively new, so I'm going to keep that. This Say, I just got it during the VIB sale. Today was the first day I used it. I'm not quite sure what I think. At first, when I put it on, I thought it looked too dark, and maybe I just picked a really dark color, but once I kind of like blended it, it actually looked pretty nice. It did not seem to dry out my under eyes. So I'm going to continue to play with it and see what I really think. So So it seems good. I'm not like overwhelmed by it though. This Ilia one though, I really like this one. This one I really, really love. I think mine is like, I don't know if this is one that's like 1.5, or I don't know if that's the same, maybe it's the 1.5. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what my Ilia one is. I can't really read that, but it's one of the lightest colors. This Jacqueline Cosmetics one is in light peach. And it's okay. I've only used it a couple times. I found it at TJ Maxx. So I thought I'll give it a shot and see what I think. I mean, I don't dislike it. I'm not in love with it. So I'm glad I got it at the discounted price. I definitely think it was worth that. But I've only used it, you know, a time or two. So I need to use it a couple more times to really figure out how I feel about it. As it stands right now, you know, like I said, I don't dislike it. I'm not in love with it. That may change one way or the other. This Maybelline eraser, I got this because so many people were saying it was amazing. It's okay. Again, I'm not like completely sold on it. Mine is really actually too light for me right now. It looks good when other things are too dark, so it kind of, you know, equals it out. And it's good during wintertime. I don't think I'm going to keep it come this wintertime. Maybelline is not cruelty-free. So I don't really know where I stand on this, if I'm just going to continue to use it and use it up because I have it. Probably. But I'm not planning on getting it again because it is not cruelty-free. Same with this Revlon one. It's okay. I thought I was going to love this one. I've had this for some time now. And again, it's not a bad product. I don't think that the coverage is as, like, I really would need the coverage to be more. It's pretty, you know, once you kind of spread it out, at least it doesn't really cover my big old bags. It kind of shears out really a lot. And again, Revlon, to my knowledge, is not cruelty-free. So once this is done, this is done. I will not be repurchasing. And these two may not make it to the next declutter. They may be gone well before that. This Born This Way Ethereal Light, again, this one, initially I did not like. I put it in my project pan to use it at least 10 times. I used it more than that. And I learned to make it work for me. But I don't want to necessarily work that hard. So once this is gone, it's gone. This NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. Again, I purchased this because so many people were like raving about it. It's okay. It's okay. Mine is a little dark, so I really should probably get it in a lighter color. Maybe I'll like it more then. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to purchase any more while I have all this right now. And then this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I actually like this one. I really do like this one. Mine is in, man, these are just too small, and I do not have my glasses. Where are my glasses? I think mine's in light. So I'm keeping that. This Hourglass Mini, I wanted to get the mini. This is the Vanish. I wanted the mini so that I would know whether or not I liked it. And if I did, I could always get a bigger one. I do like this one. So I definitely will keep this one. And this one is in Birch. And the Hourglass was so nice. It, like, you know, stands out so I can see. So I will be definitely keeping this. This Joie Eye Serum Concealer. This kind of goes with the other serums, like, you know, it's a little bit more liquidy because they are serums. So it's a little thinner. It doesn't cover as much. Again, you know, it's fine. I don't necessarily think this is going to be my standout, but I will use it. This LYS Triple Fix, love this. I ended up getting this during the VIB. I'm really loving this one. So I definitely want to see what else. And mine is an LP4. And then last is this Fit Me Maybelline Stick foundation. It's too light for me to be a foundation, but it works really well as a concealer actually for me. So I will keep this. Again, Maybelline is not cruelty-free to my knowledge. So once it's gone, and I will not be purchasing it again. So that means concealers. I have one. I have 16. I have 16 concealers. That's a lot. I have access to only 15 because the 16th one is in my backup drawer. But still, that's a lot of, let me put it back in so I can, that's a lot of concealers. 16. All right. I will be back with my foundations and my powder, and I will wrap this video up with those. All right, so this is all of my foundations, tinted moisturizers, powder foundations. Yeah, so let's start with my powder foundations. I have 3 powder foundations. Powder foundation is not my favorite because sometimes it does dry me out because I am so dry. I mean, it makes sense, right? Anyways, this is my Mendocino Minerals Dr. Berrettini's foundation. I have it in Morning Light, which is like the lightest one. And I have not used enough of this because for a while there, my skin was so dry, I could not use powder at all. Now I can start to use powder again, but I do need to be careful because my skin does dry out fast. I am holding on to this because I do want to give it more love. I also have this Fenty Beauty one in the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation in 110. And I've used it a handful of times. Sorry, forgot about the mirror. Used it a handful of times. I will continue to use that. Then I also have this Tarte one, the Amazonian Clay 18N Fair Light Neutral. And I really like this one. I've used, you could see like starting to, my skin seems to really like the Amazonian Clay. So I have those 3. Then I have this Bounce Beauty in Light Shell. And I recently was playing with this one again because I was like, ooh, what am I going to declutter? Am I going to declutter this? And I've used, about a third of it. And I really forgot how much I really like this. So I am not decluttering it at this time. I am going to keep it because it did work for me this last time I used it. So I'm going to continue to use that. This Bare Minerals Bare Pro 24 Hour, I love this stuff. And it does have some SPF 20 sunscreen, which of course, like you never get the amount of sunscreen that they say. You have to like really lather. My issue with this is it is in porcelain because when I purchased this in the winter, my skin was even lighter. So I am going to hold on to this. I can usually mix it with one of my darker ones and it still works. Otherwise, wait till winter and I can use it again. This KVD locket, I have mine in Light 44 Cool. I mix this one in with that Bare Minerals and it works. Or I could just use this one as it is. So I do like this. I'm not getting rid of any of my concealers at this time. I'm just going to say that now. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, and mine is in 130N. This looks really nice. I really like this one. This is just my tinted hydrator from Tarte. Mine's in Fair Neutral. Looks very, very natural on me. I do like to use this just to give my skin some extra moisture. This is my number 7 Airbrush Away foundation. I have mine in Cool Ivory. This one, I mean, I still have some in here, but you know, it's not that much. So I will continue, and this will probably be one that I will be panning. This Bosma, I have mine in 033, which is one of the light colors. I do like this stick foundation. However, you do have to be careful that you keep it upright, because otherwise mine just completely fell out. I mean, it was easy to get back in, but yeah, I love this packaging and that it's magnetic closure. It Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow. I had one of the other It Cosmetics, you know, CC creams like this, and I did not like it, but this one I love. So this is going to definitely be one of my summer use it up. My other summer use it up will be this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. Mine is in Opal, which is like the lightest color. I don't get foundation colors, I'll be honest, because in some I'm the very lightest, and in others I'm like leaning towards the light. So either way, I will be using this summer, and hopefully we'll pan these two, and probably this one too. My Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy. Love this one. This one's relatively new to me, and mine is in Rose Ivory. My Milani Scream Queen. It doesn't look like I used much, but I actually have used quite a bit. So mine is in 150 Cool Shell. And I almost said, okay, I'll declutter this, but I used it again, and I fell in love with it again, so it stays. This Joa Crystal Glow Primedation. So it's an all-in-one foundation. It's a primer, it's a foundation with hyaluronic acid, collagen, and crystallite. I'm not sure what that is, but it seems okay. I'm not like over the moon with this, but I'll continue to play with it. Excuse me, my throat is drying up. This Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac. I actually had purchased this mostly for like the summer, but I do already have some summer stuff, and I haven't even opened this one yet. So I will play with it some in the summer, but it doesn't have to be just a summer one. I want to use my SPF ones up. And then last but definitely not least is my CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless. I love this one. This is like if I lost all others, this would be the first one I'd go get. The price is right. The coverage is nice. It's just really, really nice. And mine is in Classic Ivory. So I have, how many did I say I had? Foundations and things. 17, and I know that there are 3 more foundations that I want to purchase between now and next summer. Yeah, most of them will probably be towards the end of the year, when Sephora has another VIB, and when Ulta does their 10 times points. All right, now I'm gonna move those to the side the best I can. and get out my actual powders. Again, for someone who has dry skin, I should not have this much powder. But I do notice that when I do use powder, it does blur. So I like the blurring. All right, so I have one. And now this is, all my typical powders, banana powders, under eye powders, finishing powders, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So this one I'm gonna take out right now. This is Laura Mercier, and part of me is like so tempted to try it because I've heard really great things about it. But I also know that Laura Mercier is not cruelty-free. So I would hate to use this and then want to purchase it if I fell in love with it. And also I just, so I'll probably put this in a giveaway or send it to a friend or somebody so it's still used. Or maybe I might even just empty it and use this as a little pill bottle. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to count this in my number because I'm not planning on using this. So with that being said, I have 14, 5, 10, 14. I have 14 powders. So the first one is this banana powder. It is broke. Makes me sad. But truthfully, I don't really use banana powder very much. So I am actually going to declutter this one. You would think I would declutter this one because it is broke too, this butterscotch, but I am not because I actually love this. I wish this was part of Physician Formula's permanent line. I would totally be out purchasing it. I almost got it since it was recently on sale. It probably still is because it's being discontinued. And I really do love it. So I was tempted to get another one. It smells beautiful. I really like the look of it after I've finished putting on all my makeup. It just really softens the look. But I have so many other powders. I do not need to purchase another one. Like my little clip there yeah, it broke too. So that's pretty sad, but I'm going to keep this one. I have my Peach Perfect mattifying loose setting powder from Too Faced that smells like peaches. I still have quite a bit of it. So I'm definitely going to keep it and continue to use it. And even though it's in the box, I do use it. Sometimes I keep boxes, other times I don't. I'm not quite sure why that is, but sometimes I just do. This is my Fenty Beauty lavender powder. I thought I was going to really like this. It's okay. I'm not in love with it. Once I've used it up, I'm not going to be purchasing it again. See my little light there. So, but I am going to keep it at this time and continue to use it. Here is my by Terry by Paris, hyaluronic hydra powder. Again, this is really good for dry skin. I really like this. It is not cruelty-free. So once I use this, I will not be purchasing this one again, which is sad because I really like it. Here is my Too Faced. Oh, I probably should have done this pressed powder versus loose powder, but whatever. Here's my Too Faced multi-use powder. It's okay, not my favorite, but it does the job. This is my Sigma, and I really like this one. Mine is in Vanilla Bean, and it's the Soft Focus Setting Powder. I really, really like this one. This might be something that I purchase again in the future. My Beauty Bakery flour. Mine's an oat, transparent. I really enjoy this one too. It doesn't look like it. It looks like I haven't used any, but I've used quite a bit of this. Wow, did I just have a whole lot? I don't know what. It looks like I didn't use any. But I've actually used quite a bit of this, so I like that one. My hourglass, I've not yet opened this and used this one. So I'm not sure what I think of it, but I'm definitely keeping it. I'm going to focus on some of these others first that are opened though, which is pretty much everything but that. This is my Joy Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. I've used this one. You can kind of see the pattern starting to rub off. And considering how much I've used this one, it's really kind of shocking that it's not further along. My Charlotte Tilbury Eye Brightening Powder, Under Eye Powder. And this one has a nice little divot in it. So I'm going to keep that. And then I got the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and mine is in Fair Pale. That's what I am. I did like this purchasing though. Oops. This purchase, well, look, you just get all the glare. This purchasing that design, and there's still lots in there. Because I've used it a handful of times, but I have been focusing on my loose powders. And then the last two powders is my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I love this. Mine is about a third, a little more than that. This would probably be one I would definitely repurchase in the future once I finish that one. And then my CoverGirl Simply Ageless Wrinkle Blurring Powder. Purchased this because I liked my foundation so much that I was like, ooh, I'll probably love this too. And I do. It's nice. I wouldn't say I love it as much as I love my foundation. And I keep the little sticker part here, the little tape, when I go to use it. So it's nice. I definitely like the foundation best though. So that leaves me with, how many did I say before? I had 14. So I have 13. Yeah, I have 13 now. And I'm currently focusing on this one, finishing this one up. I use this one a lot right now. And then I kind of just rotate between this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm kind of focusing on those ones right now. All right. Thank you so much for joining me with this numbers collection total. Again, I know I didn't declutter much. I pretty much decluttered this, said there, and this, and said there were a couple other products that I'll most likely declutter here, you know, possibly even before the next count happens. But I just wanted to get kind of my numbers so I know what I'm working with, what I have. So I'm not going out and purchasing more when I have all this. I don't need more. All right, I hope you have a wonderful evening or day, whatever time it is where you are. And thanks for joining me. Stay beautiful and stay blessed. Bye.